All right, y'all. Here's your review for the test. I'm just gonna work out some of the stuff that I gave y'all last time, in case you didn't get it done in class. So I'm just gonna run through these answers here. So point S here is the center. These are just running back over those vocabulary terms. AS is the radius. Here, BF is the diameter. You need to make sure you're familiar with these terms, or at least you can pick them off the board. CE is here, that's the chord. Line 1 is called, there's line 1. Line 1 is here, that's a tangent. Line 2 is up here, that's going to be a secant, because it runs through like that. Point D is called the point of tangency. AB is it's an arc and it's a minor arc. Notice minor arc only has two terms. Minor arc. EFB, so that's from E going through F and stopping at B. That's a major arc. Remember, a major arc is more than 180. Angle ASB is a central angle. Okay, so these are those terms that you need to know. Let's work through, if you need a pause, rewind, this is available for you. Just went through that real quick. That's something that you're expected to know anyway. Let's go through some of these questions on here. Okay, so the first three, you have, follow your steps. They're on the board up there on the right. So here's your theta. That's step 1. Step 2 is label your sides, op, height, and adjacent. So we don't have the adjacent. There's nothing there. We have op and height, so that's going to be so. Sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. It's going to be sine of 40 equals opposite is x, hypotenuse is 19. In order to get x by itself, you multiply both sides by 19. Those reduce, you have 19 sine 40. 14. Let me make sure. Okay, this is in degrees. Okay, 12.2. 12.2. Okay, that's the first one. The second one. You have, here's your theta. So you have your opposite and your adjacent. There's no hypotenuse here. So it's going to be tangent of theta equals opposite over adjacent. So it's tangent of x equals 17 over 12. In order to get rid of tangent, you need to take the inverse tangent. So that's that tan -1 on your calculator. Tan -1. Those cancel out. You're going to have x equals tangent inverse of 17 over 12, which you can do on here. Tangent inverse of 17 over 12 is 55.8 degrees. And down here, here's your theta, that's your hypotenuse, that's your adjacent. So this is going to be the cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine of 28 equals the 15 over x. You switch these as your shortcut. That's got to stay together. You have x equals 15 over, cosine of 28. Then you do it in here, 15 over cosine of 28. That's going to be x equals 17 if you round it up. Okay, that's the first section. Went through kind of fast because it's a video and you can pause and replay as you need. Let's run through this one real quick. So major and minor arc of UQS. So here's UQS. So here's the slice of pizza we're looking at. This is the arc. This is the slice of pizza we're looking at. This section here. If you're looking at the major arc, The major arc is the rest of the pizza. You'll see that, yeah. So the rest of the pizza, it starts at U, it goes through V and R, and it stops at S. So V or R both work. Let's do R because my name is Richard. So URS, URS, that's the major arc. The minor arc is the pizza here. So it starts at U, goes to S. Minor arcs only have 2 letters, US. That's how you do that one. Okay. Yeah, you can see that. You have a wall. You have a ladder. Here's your ladder. Your ladder is 18 feet. And this is 9 feet here. This angle is what you're trying to find. So, that's your theta. That's your opposite. That's your hypotenuse. So it's sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. You have sine theta equals 9 over 18. You need to get this theta by itself, so it's the same thing we did up here. That's going to be theta equals the inverse sine of 9 over 18. Inverse sine of 9 over 18. It's going to be 30. 30 degrees is the answer to this one. Okay. Now you have this one. 2 ways you can look at this one. Well, I think the easier way is if this distance is 8,000, then this distance is also 8,000. Okay. You can also do something with the angles, but I think we should just stick to this. So we're trying to find the horizontal distance. So right here is your horizontal distance. So you have your theta here, you have your opposite, you have your adjacent. So that's going to be tangent. Tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. So it's tangent of 14 equals 8,000 over x. Use your shortcut here. Let's just switch those two. X equals 8,000 over x. You'll see that 8,000 over, oops, not x, tan 14, sorry. Tan 14. So that's going to be 32,086. What is that, meters? There we go. It's a long way. Okay. I'm already at 0.2 gigs. Let's run through some of these. I'm just working through the ones I circled. Yeah. So, if this is, we're looking for the measure of C here. Let me make sure everything's on the screen. Yeah, we're looking for the measure of C. Well, this is the angle C, and here's the mouth. It's eating this whole arc here, which is half of it. So that's 180 degrees from here to here. So this is half of that. The angle here is 90. Your shortcut, you can also say, hey, this is the hypotenuse. So that makes that a right angle. So it's 90. Either way works. So if the, I don't have any more colors here. So on this one, that should be 16. If this angle is 60, then here's the mouth, and it's eating this arc right here. So if that's 60, that's 120. So 120 right here. Okay, that's the intercepted angles, intercepted arcs. Okay, center and radius. So remember your standard forms on the board over there. It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So what I want you to do is make these the same thing. That's a plus, so I have to switch this around. It's a minus 3. So negative, negative, make a positive. Those are the same. Y minus 7, y minus 7. Okay, those match. 6 squared is 36. So your center is negative 3, positive 7, and then r equals 6. When you do this one, you're just doing the same thing backwards. So just note, positive 3 becomes a negative 3, negative 7 becomes a positive 7. Two ways you can do that. If you don't know the shortcut that I just said verbally, stick to this way. Put it into standard form. We're at 10 minutes already. Okay, so I'll do one more and then I'll just talk about a few of them. This one. Whenever you have these lines that are tangent like this, if that's 28, this is also 28. If this is 36, if this is 36, this is also 36. So when you're doing the perimeter, you do 28 plus 28 over here, plus 24, which is here, plus 24, which is here, plus 40, plus 40, plus 36, plus 36. Okay, so that's really just typing all this stuff in the calculator, and then you should get your answer to be 256. If I pushed all those buttons right, it's late, so I'm not going to try it again. So you use that same property here. These got to match. So you use this to find the difference, to find that. Once you know that, it matches this one. You can figure out what this one is, then it matches that one, so on and so forth. Okay, that's all I'm going to work out on here. Hope that's enough. If not, you should have asked questions the other day. For these to use Pythagorean theorem, when it's tangent, that makes a right angle. So those tangent lines make right angles. Then you can use the Pythagorean theorem. This is like that one, a diameter. So if that's the diameter, these two sections add up together to equal 180. So you just add them together and do that. Ooh, I hope that hasn't been doing that the whole time. Okay, so yeah. Let's just end it there. When you have, these all got to add up to 180. When it's halfway, that adds up to, whole thing adds up to 360. Halfway adds up to 180. So use that to your advantage. Those lines mean they're congruent. All right. Good luck, y'all.